Special thanks to Bellboy for providing us with today's MSM Draw. Submit a drawing prompt with the hashtag MSM Draw in this video for a chance for it to be drawn in the next one.
Alright class, settle down. Let's begin today's lesson of what's in a name.
The two monsters that we're going to be researching today are the Poppette and the epic Punkleton. The Poppette derives its name from pop and the term poppet, which references the tendencies of monsters to pinch the bubbles on its skin. Additionally, the word poppet is a British term for a young girl. It also includes the ending four letters ETTE, which imply that this psychic monster is feminine. This assumption is supported by many of the Poppette's nicknames, the first of which being Burst. This is just a play on the word burst, which refers to the bubbles. Bubble drum is a literal representation of the monster's sound, and how it uses its bubbles to produce percussion. It also pulls from bubblegum for obvious reasons. Bubble rhapsody comes from bubble wrap and rhapsody, which is either an expression of great emotion or a lengthy poem. This is humorously ironic because the Poppette is definitely known for its highly emotional appearance. Chewy refers to, wouldn't you know it, Chewy. Durabella is a combination of the words durable and bella, a female name. The bio states that as a Poppette ages, its skin becomes tougher. Jelly is a combination of gel, jelly, and the female name Kelly. Globina is derived from glob, which accurately describes this monster's body plan, and also the female suffix ina. Hubba Bubba references the brand of chewing gum of the same name. Lumpy defines the physical appearance of the Poppette, but can also be a reference to the similarly looking lumpy space princess from the cartoon Adventure Time. Membrenda is a combination of membrane, a thin layer of tissue like the Poppette's bubbles, and Brenda, a female name. And finally, Pinchess is a three-parter derived from pinch, s, which is a female suffix, and princess, perhaps another reference to Lumpy. Additionally, as an afterthought, Globina could be a nod to the cartoon as well because Lumpy frequently uses the expression "oh my glob." MSM name references are all over the place, huh? If you are a fan of Creeptanium content, I'd suggest watching one of my newest endeavors, Ode to Zinth Farms. It's a music video with a bunch of MSM humor that I made somewhat satirically, but it ended up making a lot of people cry, so sorry about that. I know a lot of y'all get your Creeptanium updates from the recommendations, so it would really mean a lot to me if you were to go check out Ode to Zinth Farms. I want to try to get it all the way to the monster handlers. Now, epic Punkleton is a little trickier to research than the Poppette was. Its species name, Punkleton, comes from skeleton and pumpkin, just what you'd expect from the Spooktical seasonal. Its first name, Baleful, is a simple misspelling of the actual word baleful, which means menacing. Interestingly, this is what the epic Punkleton wants to avoid. Its bio states that it wants to entertain monsters through acting instead of scaring them like its common and rare cousins. Its second name, Brando, comes from brain and Brando, which refers to Marlon Brando, a famous 20th century actor. DeFaro refers to DeForest Kelley, a 20th century actor, and marrow, the substance inside of skeletons. Most fitting, however, is that DeForest played the role of Dr. Bones in Star Trek. He's a doctor, Jim, not a sentient pumpkin. Gielgud is a reference to the famous actor John Gielgud. Leo could perhaps be a reference to Leo Carrillo, another performer from the 20th century. Night Lewis is an interesting one. It references the World War I novel Journey to the End of the Night by Louis Celine. Pachilno is a combination of chill most likely referencing a frightening feeling, as well as the actor Al Pacino. Playfright is a mix of fright and playwright, which references the ties between the epic Punkleton and Shakespeare. Speaking of which, Shakespeare is derived from Shakespeare, the author of many classic plays, and shaky, because just look at that animation. And finally, Woe-Livier is woe, an expression of shock or fright, and Laurence Olivier, a 20th century actor. What informative name references! Oh, and there's the bell, which means class is dismissed. But before you go, why don't you go check out Ode to Synth Farms? I'm sure you'll enjoy it.